Hey guys, here's part 2 of the Skywatcher Heritage 150. And welcome back to the Joe Jaguar Show, your best friend in astronomy and science. So I want to take you guys on this journey with me, with this guy, of what we're doing. The last video that I did on it, it was already over 18 minutes, and that's after editing and shrinking it. It was much longer. But, so this is what I'm taking to Mexico. As you guys can see, that's it folded upwards. And this is the tripod I'm going to be using. So, again, I got to figure something out. And as I said on that last video, I am going to do something that no one's done to this, as far as I know. And we're going to see. So stay tuned to that one. I will show you guys that. So, this is the Celestron. I guess it's like their Omni AZ mount, which is a mount. Let me take this guy off so you guys can see. I'm just going to put the OTA down. And so this is the, I'm sure you guys have seen these. I believe Celestron sells these with 102 AZ, refractors, short tube refractors, and it has slow motion controls on both axes. It has a slip clutch on this way. This one actually does as well, but it's really hard. Now, what's funny is I've used this guy once, a couple times, maybe about a year and a half ago or so. And the thing is, because this axis is so tight, I think I got this pre-owned, so probably the person took it out and to loosen or tighten that screw. And so this does come, it's just a cap, doesn't want to seem to go, and that's why it looks like it has maybe some glue there. If this keeps falling out, I'll probably, keeps falling out. I'll probably just leave it off. But what's funny, like I was saying, when I used this guy about a year and a half ago, I didn't think it could move on this axis because it's so tight. This axis is fine. I thought it could only move, on the, I don't know if you can see that there moving. But I thought you have to move it like this with the slow motion control all the way, especially if you were like in this angle and you had to go all the way up. Man, that'd be a lot of twisting, but that's what I thought. But so this is a very lightweight, and again, gonna be going on the plane with me. So it doesn't weigh much. If you guys want, I can actually weigh it for you so you can get an idea. So I wanted something that was like an Altazimuth, not big, not heavy, and I want to weigh that for you guys. Now, the only thing I don't like on this, I don't know if you can see that, is the slow motion controls. They don't have a thumb screw to lock them in. They have a like a grub screw, so you have to use an Allen key. So that I don't like. I'm gonna take these out because then they're always protruding out, you know what I mean? I want to just take them apart. So I'm probably going to take those grub screws out and put like little thumb screws so I can take them off and on. Anyway, I want to go measure this guy. I actually said measure, but I think you guys know what I meant. Weigh this guy. So exactly 5 pounds. The whole thing here is 5 pounds. So that's actually pretty good. I mean, what else are you gonna get that's, can fold? Remember, I'll take these 2 things out, put it in the suitcase. 5 pounds for everything. The mount, the slow motion controls, a full height tripod. It's probably gonna be very hard to beat. Now, some of you might say, well, it's probably not gonna be rock solid. I would agree with you guys there. However, I'm not looking for something rock solid. When I look at the deep sky stuff, galaxies, nebulas, clusters, you don't have to go very high power for that stuff. And I'm not looking at little fine detail. It just looks like a small little gray blob in the eyepiece. So to me, it's not a big deal. So I'm looking for big in portability, lightweight, solid, doesn't have to be a big deal. But this guy is only, as you saw in the last video, 7 pounds. So it's not really a heavy scope anyway. So I think you'll be fine. Now, this is what I was saying. On this axis, with the scope on, you have more leverage, but it is kind of tight. But it easily handles. Again, it's not rock solid, but I know some of these screws here are not as tight as it can go. I could always put another counterweight, how people do on the tray, weigh it down. But again, I'm not looking for high planetary views. I'm just looking more for deep sky stuff, like I've been showing you the last several months, like open clusters, nebulas, and galaxies. And it's not going to be in the greatest detail in a 6-inch, but at least I want to see something. Maybe, if I'm lucky, and Omega Centauri is up there and it's clear, maybe I can get a glimpse of that guy. Now, so that's it. I mean, I've already showed you guys this guy. I just showed you the mount and how light it is and how it fits on this guy. I want to show you guys where we're going in Mexico. We already booked it already, and it's getting close now. So let me show you that. That way you have an idea where and what I'm going to use on this guy on. Okay guys, here's the light pollution map. You can see up here is Canada. We've got a lot of gray sky up there. You can see the US, how the half to the eastern part is a lot more light polluted than the western part. And then as you can see, Mexico is down that part there over here. So we already booked 1 week and we're going to Cabo area, which is this part over here. So I had to compromise a little bit. So the hotel we're picking is kind of, I think it's about here or so. So it's kind of like in a yellow zone. Now, we did find a resort that was more, I believe, up here somewhere, or in between these two. Yeah, so we found one that was like in between, it being a blue zone. I guess sometimes you guys, some people would call it a border zone 3. And then this one here, it would be like a border zone 5, right? So it's much better than what I am, but here's the problem. Now, with everything in life, we have to compromise, right? So even though Angeles was a very good sport and a very good girlfriend and fiance, and she didn't mind going to that zone 3, the blue zone, it is, you know, you have to look at like, okay, hotel-wise, what's it included? How far is it from the airport? How nice of a resort is it going to be? Is it going to have internet and that type of stuff? Because we want that as well. So we don't want to be in the boonies. And then can we go, you know, sightseeing, see the town and the people and the places? So even though we found a couple places in that blue zone, border zone 3, the problem was, okay, it had some internet. There wasn't like a lot around there because it was more in the boonies. It was more rural in the desert. One of them was kind of like you had to drive to the beach, and I didn't want that as well. Like, you want to be near the beach, even though I'm not really a water person, but I'm not a super strong swimmer. I can swim, but I still want to be by the beach, I guess. And normally if you're by the ocean or something, you're going to have whatever direction that is. You're going to have a lot darker skies than, you know what I mean? So that's the one thing. But most people want to go to a resort on the beach, on the ocean, that type of thing. So one of those ones didn't. It's more in the desert, which could be great for astronomy. But even a zone 3 is not normally as dark as where I go. Where I go sometimes, it's a zone 2. And I think I mentioned it to you guys that several times. Also, that place there, so it was very, very rustic. It was very quaint, I guess. And it wasn't like high class resort with all the fancy stuff you get. It was very kind of basic. So even though Angeles, again, was very nice, and she said she doesn't really care for high quality or high luxury resort and, you know, that with everything pampering. So she didn't mind that quaint or rustic kind of resort that has, of course, less people, has whatever. But, you know, I didn't want to drive over 2 hours from the nearest international airport. You know, the plane ride is already 5 hours. And then once we land, to go through customs, we got to rent a car and then travel another 2 hours. It's just too long. You know what I mean? So I wanted to compromise, even though she was probably willing to do it. I didn't want to compromise that much. I want to be, you know, within 30 minutes of the international airport. I want some decent, nice resort. I want to be like pretty close or beachfront. I want internet so I can post my videos and do that type of stuff and whatever else it includes. So I compromised and told her, okay, like this was the best that we can find. I don't want to spend too much either. I have not been on vacation since like 1999, and at that time it was to Mexico, and we went to Cancun, Mexico. So that was the only trip that I did that's a real trip. The only other trips that I've done since then is just going to like cottaging, camping, and that type of thing. Okay, so let's get back to this map here. So anyway, so the resort is somewhere around here-ish. What we could do, I'm thinking, is maybe like we could take a drive maybe over here. Looks like it's around green zone right in the middle. So if we're over here somewhere, if we just drive 10 or 15 minutes to the green zone, I think that would be much better. Green would be like a Bordeaux zone 4. Green zone is where I consider the sky to be really good. So if you guys have not been to a dark site, I would say if you can get to green, that's where the skies become really good for deep sky objects. And of course, better. Blue, gray, black. Anyway, I guess that's it. So that's where we're going. We're going to, these are kind of like the resort towns. Also, if we want to get into either town, San Jose de Cabo over here on the right side, and Cabo San Lucas is a little bit bigger because it has the white. You could just see the white zone here, and here is just the white zone coming out. Explore a little both cities, we can. We're not too far away. So, unfortunately, you have to compromise something in life, and that's what I chose. You know, again, she didn't mind going to a blue zone, but it's okay. We are planning on going in October, and that time we're going to actually spend 3 weeks. So on one of those weeks, we're going to be in a green zone. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be okay, I guess, type of thing. Now, latitude here is about 21 degrees north, which is great because right now I'm at 43, which is about 22 degrees. I'll be more south, which means I should be able to say about 22 degrees more south than I can see from my location in Toronto, Canada. I will keep you guys, I'll do some videos there if I can. I guess that's it, type of thing. Now, I did one huge thing that you guys don't do wrong. I forgot to check the moon phase. Now, that would be really bad. And the reason is, if we're going to be basically in a yellow zone, a Bordeaux zone 5, and if there was like a full moon, there probably would be almost no point in bringing a telescope, this guy. Because, you know, with those both combinations of a yellow zone and like a full moon week, it would be no point. I guess I would still go, or maybe because we just booked it, maybe we could alter the booking 1 week up or down, you know what I mean, if we had to come to that. But when I checked, it was a no moon week, so that actually worked out great. So I almost screwed up. Don't let that screw up for you guys. Anyway, that's where we're going. I'm going to take you guys on this trip with me. Joe Jaguar, like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys are on the forums and someone's asked about a video, share my link. If you know anybody getting in the hobby, share my link with them. And I now have a membership that's only 99 cents a month. And every video has a thumbs up or a like button that you can donate to if you would like. Why not you? Why not me?